snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage. This is WHHW. Which is last week's news. And that means we got some things we definitely need to talk about. So we're gonna start right at the top. Waste no time. Hook me up.
Number 1.
Awesome. Awesome. Guess what number 1 is? Spider-Man Far From Home. Teaser trailer finally dropped. Listen. You saw it? You saw it?
I sure did.
Okay. Okay. There's a lot to go through here, okay? But first and foremost, we got our first look at Peter in stealth suit, which is important. That comes from Nick Fury. Oh yeah, he's in the trailer. What? Yeah, because he shot Ned in the neck. It's a thing. It's a thing. So listen, we also get our first look at Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. Now, I know for the untrained, it seems like Mysterio's a good guy. But Mysterio always seems like a good guy. He's not a good guy. And I doubt he's going to be a good guy in this. Could they change it for the MCU? Totally possible, but I doubt it. Now, we also know now that Aunt May, after the scene at the end of Homecoming, where she saw Peter taking off the Spider-Man mask, well, now we know that she knows that he's Spider-Man and that she's good with it. Like, she's good with it. She's using them to do her charity work and all that kind of stuff, working at the shelters and what have you. That's the thing. Happy Hogan and her seem to be kind of involved. That's the thing too. I don't think Peter liked that very much, but I dig it. But most importantly, we know that Peter is going to be far from home because he's going on a school trip to Europe. And he's decided he doesn't want to pack his suit. And Aunt May is like, bro, you need to take your suit. You need to take your suit with you. Put that thing in there. So now if you only saw our version of the trailer, you didn't catch this tidbit. But if you watch the international version of the trailer, you actually see that she packs his suit for him and leaves a little note for him, says, you almost forgot this, throws it in there. Now when we do see him in action, in the suit, he's not wearing his regular suit. He's wearing the black and red version of his suit, and he's got the web wings. My man is flying. It's a lot happening in this, and it's a lot to break down. Now we see what looks like Hydro Man, but it's not Hydro Man. We think it's Sandman, but it's not Sandman. What we have is our first look at the elementals. And so, it's going to be very important that this could be all tricks of Mysterio, right? So Jake Gyllenhaal being Mysterio, Mysterio traditionally is a character whom he's like a special effects artist, and he uses his abilities as illusions to kind of play with people and make them think that he's a hero when he's not. He has some other nefarious thing. Now, supposedly, Michael Keaton is also in this, and we don't see him in this trailer. We also don't know, actually we do know. From looking at it, you don't know for sure when this takes place. But they have said, and you know Marvel likes to pull the rug from out under us, that this takes place minutes after Endgame ends. So this is after Avengers 4, comes out after Avengers 4, and takes place directly after Avengers 4. Remains to be seen how that happens. Got a lot of questions about that. I'm super excited. You excited?
I'm excited.
Good. I'm glad you are, because it's coming, and it's coming fast. That's 4th of July weekend, man. It's like, oh, it's gonna be a thing. Anyway, we need to move on. So, hook me up.
Number 2.
Mortal Kombat 11. The reveal happened. We got a lot of information. I'm gonna run down a list. Pardon me for a moment. Here's how it goes. Okay, check this out. We have new meters, offensive and defensive meters. So where traditionally in Mortal Kombat you had 1 meter to use to pull off your specials or do like your little double moves and so forth. In this case now you have 1 meter for your offensive moves, 1 meter for your defensive move, which I think is kind of dope. What you think?
I like it.
I do too.
I like it.
I think it's gonna add a little extra something to the game, and I dig that. Now, the new Fatal Blow. Alright, so X-rays technically are gone as far as a move that you can just pull off when you want to. There are still moves that let you see that bone crunching, what have you, but it appears to happen basically when almost anytime there's a throw or something like that. Replacing that is now what's called a Fatal Blow, which is something you get access to as a combatant when your health is down to 30% or less. Then you have the ability to pull it off. It is also on a timer, so if you attempt it and you miss it, it'll come back, but only after a certain period of time, then you can attempt it again. And the Fatal Blows are just that. They are more like X-rays as far as being able to pull them off, but you'll only be able to do it when your health is low. So that was kind of cool. Now, we got to see 7 characters. 7 characters. So, we got Baraka. Baraka's back. We got Scarlet, who is the female blood ninja, who was a DLC character from MK9, who is awesome. We got to see Sonya. Sonya's being voiced by Ronda Rousey. We saw Sub-Zero, we saw Raiden, we saw Scorpion, and we saw a new character named Barris, who looks like Jax. But he has these time manipulation abilities. He can actually, in the middle of a fight, rewind time, get his health back, like go back like 4 seconds. He might be a problem. Now, we also saw some trailers that kind of looks like the prologue, they said, takes place right at the end of MK9. But the game itself takes place after MKX. And there was another character that was introduced who we saw a glimpse of in the first reveal trailer like a month or so ago, whose name is Krona. So she appears to have some ability to manipulate time, and apparently she has been manipulating all of the happenings behind the scenes of Mortal Kombat since the first one, all the way up until Raiden gets in her way. So it remains to be seen what she will be, but we also, in some of the cinematics, saw young Liu Kang. So, gonna be interesting. I have a feeling he's gonna pop up as a playable character. I counted the slots that they show. There are another 18 slots, besides the 7 characters that we got reveals of when we got the reveal. So, that's pretty cool. It's got customization that's very similar to Injustice, so that looks pretty dope, being able to change out your outfit, the colors, your pieces, something to kind of keep you in there and keep you involved. And again, oh, Kronika, that's the character's name, Kronika. It looks like time is going to play a big part in the storyline. So, game is shaping up to be really, really dope. Saw some great combos, though combos are not as prevalent in this as they were in the last one. Looks like it's going to be even a bit more visceral. So that's MK11 as it was revealed. Super excited. There is a special edition that will be available that comes with basically Scorpion's hood and mask. So I know that's going to be super expensive, but we might just have to have one or two. And I find that exciting. You getting? I know you get.
I'm getting the collector's edition.
I know you are.
I'm getting it.
Collectors with a K. That's how it goes. It seems like every time. So the game comes out on April 23rd, but the beta you get access to if you pre-order, which also gives you access to Shao Kahn. And the beta will start March 28th. So bear that in mind. You got a little bit of time to jump in there if you want to get into the beta. Hook me up.
Number 3!
Hey, listen. Let's talk about Netflix for a second. Let's go out on a sour note for a minute. So Netflix is doing a price hike. We don't like that. Alright, here's the deal. So Netflix is doing a price hike, and basically it's going up $1 to $2 depending on what kind of account you have. So if you have a basic account, you're going from like $8 to $9. If you have an HD account, you're going from $11 to $13. If you have a 4K account, you're going from $14 to $16 per month. Now, when Netflix announced this, I mean, we saw skyrocketing for their stock. And of course that makes sense, because even at only $2 or so a month, right? Like, that's not so bad. Like, I don't think most people are gonna like, I'm done with Netflix because they're charging me an extra $1 or they're charging me an extra $2, right? But for them on the back end, I mean, they announced they have like 139 million concurrent subscribers. And this is only gonna affect, like, as far as like the $2 jumps, is only gonna affect like 60 to 80% of them. But that still in all is probably means another $40 million a month for them. So if you got stock in Netflix, yeah, that's a thing. But what's interesting about this is that Netflix also announced that their biggest competition is not what most people would think. It's not HBO or Showtime or DC's new streaming app. It's in fact Fortnite. They lose more in screen time to Fortnite, which, considering that Fortnite is basically available on everything, right? And many people, though you can watch Netflix on your TV, watch it on a computer, or watch it on their phone. And many people are using their phones to play Fortnite. And so they are saying that they actually lose more often in terms of that real estate, that screen real estate to Fortnite than they do to HBO, which I find really interesting. But it does two things. One, it shows how big of a deal Fortnite is, how much of an impact video games are, and how companies are really beginning to look at how they have to fight for that space, for that mobile, that handheld, that tablet, that laptop, that iPod, iPad, whatever it is you're using, that streaming device. They are really fighting for that space. And with more and more video game companies saying, hey, we're looking at starting to stream games, and we want you to be able to stream your regular console games to any device you want, it's going to become an even bigger factor. So just something to kind of keep in the back of your mind as we're moving forward, especially through 2019, as 5G becomes a bigger thing. Just thought that was interesting. So that does it for last week's news. What I need you guys to do is give me a comment down below and let me know what you think of all the things that we talked about here. How do you feel about them? Are you going to leave Netflix because they're going up $2 a month? Because they're going to do it whether you stay or not. They're going to do it anyway. And you'll probably be back. But whatever. Let me know how you feel about that. Make sure you shoot over and check us out at patreon.com/loadingsnacks. I want to thank the patrons who are already on. For those of you who aren't, if you jump on, we have some bonus content that's available for you guys that you can get early, and in some cases stuff you can't get anywhere else, but you will still be able to watch what had happened was. And so with that, I'm out. Toodles and loops.